Hey everyone, welcome along. Happy Sunday. Welcome along to Ski Sunday episode 17. Hope you're well and enjoying your day wherever you are around the world. I'm going to do something a bit different this week. I've been doing quite a lot of deconstructions or reconstructions, breakdowns, whatever you want to call them. And I just thought I'd do something a bit different, break that cycle. And I'm sure I'll be coming back to those. I've got a long list of requests. Hey, Pixel Chaos, how you doing? Nice to see you. Hey, how you doing? Quill, not sure how to pronounce it, but great to have you along. What am I doing today? I'm going to do something where I'm going to set get the old timer out. I don't know if you remember, I did that, had that on a month or so ago for a few of these streams that I did. And I'm going to give myself an hour to just come up with a whole bunch of loops and sounds and try to sort of build up a sample pack. I mean, it's obviously not going to be like a extensive Loop Masters sample pack, but just enough sounds to kind of maybe just build a track with. I mean, that would be my ideal situation, is if I'm if anyone watching can take those samples and then over the next couple of weeks build a track, and then maybe we can have a listening session together. I thought that might be quite good. I've just kind of got a couple of rules, really. Not really rules, just things, boundaries to kind of work within. So types of samples, I mean, this is quite standard, really. The standard thing you'd find normally in a sample pack. So we're going to have some drum loops. And I thought, well, those will be loops that I'll create purely just from sort of drum machines or drum machine packs within Ableton Live. So whether that's 808, 909, whatever. I've actually also, I'll give you a little tour in a minute of what I've got in my studio. I've got a TR-505, so I thought I might just make a couple of loops with that, and also some one shots, and then some drum loops where I actually kind of maybe take an existing beat and just chop it up and just like build a new beat out of that. So that might be another option. And then also some musical loops, so bass lines, chords, melodies, with some of the hardware synths that I've got here, some FX hits. So I've got an SH101, for example, so maybe some nice hits with that. And then the last one, which is a bit questionable, is vocals. I was maybe thinking of towards the end, if anyone wanted to shout out a lyric or a word or something, I can kind of say it or sing it and then put it through a vocoder and maybe process that and put that in. So just to make things kind of easier, I'm going to keep all the music loops in the same key signature where possible. And because that will mean it will kind of be easier to put together. Obviously give myself a 1 hour time limit, and then something so I'm just reading Pixel Chaos. Okay, I got street sounds with a recorder today, spring sounds from birds. Oh, brilliant. Okay, well that leads me on to something else I want to talk about in a minute, actually. Anyway, I'm going to give myself an hour to do this, and then also I was thinking of just keeping a tempo of 120, and then if anyone wanted to speed that up or slow it down, could speed it right up to a drum and bass track, or slow those parts down to a hip hop track, whatever. It's kind of in the middle at 120, so I thought I'd stick to that. So yeah, that's basically what I'm doing. And just a couple of things I just wanted to mention. Pixel Chaos, that's amazing that you mentioned that, because there's a radio show that's going out tonight on Radio 3, BBC Radio 3, and this is a project that I work with a friend of mine, Nick Luscombe, and he's totally into field recording as much as I am as well, and he's gone around Japan recording lots of spring sounds, and he's put it together, the ambient tracks that I made, he's put them together, and it's going to be like a kind of hour or half hour soundscape. So check that tonight. I might even do a kind of a live listen back Twitch stream tonight, depending on how I feel. I'm going for my second jab after this, so hopefully I'll be fine. I won't get too much of a reaction. But yeah, anyway, that's happening tonight, so that's super exciting. Hey Funky On, how you doing? Great to see you. And just want to give a shout out as well to Richard Jakes. He's an amazing composer, composed film scores, and we actually went to school together. We're in different years, but doing school together. And the post that I made on Instagram where I had a picture of a Akai SS3200, he said, he let me know that he's still got his up and running. And I've still got my S3000, Akai S3000 in my loft. So I think I might get it out and look into getting a SCSI to SD adapter or something, so I can actually start triggering that and having it in my studio. So look, enough talk. Let's get into this. As I said, I've got a timer. Before we start, I just wanted to just give you a little tour around the studio, just to show you kind of what I'm going to be using. I'm just going to take this down here. This is it's actually my iPhone. So first of all, I've got my TR505. There we go. So I've got that hooked up to push here. So I'll try and hold it still. So there we go. Let's just put the accent on. I think it's on. So I've actually got that mapped to MIDI, which is cool. I'll show you in a minute the external instruments that I've got set up. Then over here, I've got the Korg Mini Log. So that's actually muted at the moment. Let's just unmute that. Oops. There we go. So that's hooked up. Again, hooked up on from an instrument. Why is that not working? There we go. Okay. And then if we go up here, I've got my SH101. There we go. And that's not coming out for some reason. Maybe the power has gone off. Yeah, sometimes the power goes off on that. See if we can get it working. Turn it off and on again. Maybe that's why. Maybe it's... There we go. So actually, because I've got it hooked up via MIDI, I have to play it via MIDI. But anyway, that's that. And then we go over here. And well, first of all, I've got all these external synths going through my Audient ASP 880. So everything's going through that. I've also got a Behringer Ultra DI Pro. That's a kind of DI rack. And then I've got my Nord modular, and then a Super JV, and I've got my Space Echo at the top there. So all of these are kind of hooked up, and I'm going to just try as much as possible to use these hardware synths to create the sounds. So let's just put this back here. There we go. And then I'm just going to switch back to a different scene. There we go. So let's tidy this up a little bit up here. Cool. All right. So just to go through what I've got here, I've got a bit of a sort of template set up. So this at the moment is playing the Nord modular, and you should be able to see me playing the notes there. This is actually a kind of drum machine, and I've basically on this channel here, this is an instrument track. I've got the external instrument plugin. So it's got the MIDI there. It's going to the Uniter port 2. I've got an eMagic Uniter there, and then it's also taking the audio in there, so I can kind of monitor it. But then next to it, I've actually got another track, which is an audio track. And once I've kind of laid the part down, I'm going to record it into a clip, and then I'm going to just take those audio clips, kind of make sure that they're an exact bar length or 2 bars or 4 bars or whatever, and I'm going to put them into these folders here. So I'm going to create a few more folders in a minute, and then just kind of gradually build up some sounds. So before I forget, I'm going to just create a few more folders. So what have we got? We've got bass lines, chords, melodies. Let's do drum loops. Maybe we can do drum hits. We could do FX. What else? And if we get round to it, let's put some vocals. So, I mean, within an hour, my aim is to get at least 1 or 2 samples in each of these folders that can be used from a variety of different sources. There's one thing I actually forgot to show you, maybe you might have seen it, is I've got a, let me just see if I can show it now. It's a Roland TR66, so I'm going to try to kind of get a loop from that as well. There we go. All right. So I think we should, without further ado, get going. I'm going to just make sure this is up and running. And I've got the metronome on here. I've got auto quantize. So just to let you know, so I'm just in order so that you can actually hear what's coming into my audio interface. I've set the latency, the buffer size to 128, so it's basically very little latency So hopefully that's not going to put too much CPU strain on the computer. I might just kind of go ahead and once I've done put down a part, kind of I don't know, hide the track or something, take it out of the project. But yeah, we'll see where we go. Okay, cool. Let's go. I'm going to set the timer going now, and yeah, if anyone, I'm monitoring the chat, so if anyone wants to shout out anything, then let me know, and we'll go from there. Oh, and just one thing finally, I'm not going to put down parts against any existing parts I've put down. So everything I'm going to put down probably be just to the metronome, because I don't want the previous part to influence the other one. I think the idea is that they're all kind of quite abstract loops and sounds, even though they're going to be 120 BPM and they're going to be in a key signature. And hey, let's choose a key signature. I'm going to go for C minor. C minor is my favorite. But then I think within that, maybe, there'll be maybe some where major can work over the top of that. Obviously, we could have E flat major as well, because that's the relative major of C minor. But I'm going to, where possible, do everything in C. Okay, all right, here we go. So let's start off with the 505. Like I said, that's hooked up via MIDI, and let's go for it. Let's maybe just start off with a loop. So I'm going to start a timer. Here we go. It's going. Okay, cool. So let's just set the metronome going. Cool, let's record that in. Okay, I'm going to duplicate that down. I'm going to maybe add a hi-hat. And let's just do one more version of that. Maybe put it in a clap. Okay, so that's just a very simple beat. And if we just go back here to the first one, you can hear that the kick is isolated and the rim as well. So if you did want to take that, you could. Cool. So if I now just go over here and we can actually record those loops in. Let's just check that's going to work. Yep, that's coming in. Cool. So here we go. Go for the next one. Okay, and then let's go for the next one. Right, nice. So we've got those in. You can see actually the level's quite low, isn't it? But we can. What I'm going to do is I'll normalize everything at the end. But yeah, first of all, let's just go in here and let's just let's increase the gain. There we go. Now, just to make sure that everything's kind of looping correctly, it looks like it is. But I'm just going to add a watermarker there. Set 1.1, and let's just make sure that all these are going to be looping really nicely. I'm going to keep an eye on the time. Nice, and let's just go through and do the rest. Oh yeah, and the other thing I'll do as well is I'll just crop these. There we go, and do the same thing with that. It'd be nice to sort of do this sort of housekeeping stuff at the end, but I'm figuring it's like, let's just get it done now, and then it's out of the way. Okay, nice. Oh, let's just make sure the loop's working right. Yep, cool. Crop sample. And finally this one. Same thing. Let's just put in. There we go. Loop that up nicely. Cool. Let's crop it. There we go. So if we just go to the samples now, you can see that here are the loops. So if I just open up the sample pack, in fact that's annoying, isn't it? It's not staying open, but never mind. Let's just name these. So TR5051, TR5052, TR5053. I will kind of clear that up a bit. So if we just drag them into here and then drum loops, there we go. We got those. So they're a bit quiet, but yeah, I'll make sure the recording level's a bit higher next time. Okay, cool. So I'll leave those there for the moment. I'll just kind of mute them so they're not going to play. Right, so let's maybe go to the Korg mini log and see if we can get something from that. So let's just... Quite a nice sound. Let's just see. Let's put the metronome on. Just a little bit. Okay, let's record it in. Okay, cool. Happy with that. I'm not going to spend too long on these. Let's just keep it raw. And let's record that in. Cool, that should be enough for that. So yeah, similar thing. Let's just make sure that the loop is right. There's obviously like a little bit of latency, look, you can see it there. So let's make sure that's set to 1.1 and the loop's going there. And let's just make this, I think it's a 4-bar loop. Nice. All right, let's crop that. Go. Where is it? There it is. All right, and I'm going to drag that into the sample pack area, into bass lines. Nice. Okay. All right, how am I doing for time? Okay, 52. It's not too bad. Let's go for Nord modular. So maybe I've got the sound I've got at the moment. It's actually on a drum kit, which I quite like. Let's see if I can play it. Let's turn it up. Maybe we can play it from here. It's peaking a little bit. Okay, let's record that in. Maybe we can just build up a little part from that. Maybe I can try the repeat. Didn't think I was actually going to be recording that, but quite like that. Nice. All right, let's put that in. It's got a bit of tone there, hasn't it? So not sure if that's going to be in C, but hey, never mind. All right, set 1.1. I'm going to change mouse. I've got the Apple Magic Mouse, which is, I just don't like. I've got a good old Microsoft mouse here. That's a good old favourite, far more responsive. Okay, so let's just loop that. Let's make that a 2-bar loop. That's not a very good loop, is it? That's strange, isn't it? Maybe it's not looping properly. That's strange. I'm going to record that in again. Something is going on there. see if that works. There we go, that's better. Not sure what was going on there. Let's crop that. We've got a much better level with that, haven't we, now as well? Cool, so that's there. Let's call that modular beat. And let's just put that into drum loops. All right, let's see if we've got something else from the Nord. Maybe we can have some other sounds. So let's go through, see what else there is. Let's go back on here. Well, that's nice. It's pretty heavy, isn't it? Try that again. Okay. Manipulation we can do here. Let's keep it as it is. Okay, let's record that in. Cool, let's crop that. And we're going to call that baseline. And let's drop it in the baseline. Right, I think we need to, we've done beats and bass lines so far. We now need to, let's get some chords going on. So maybe I'll move away from the analog stuff and let's just go for some Rhodes, maybe some Rhodes chords, maybe like a riff and then maybe some like individual chords as well. Okay, so I've got the Scarby Rhodes here, Contact. And the only effect I've got on it, the insert, is the pan. So maybe something like that could be quite good. Let's put the metronome on. start it here. Okay, let's start that there then, so it's a 4-bar loop. Just going to fold it. Okay. No idea if any of these are going to fit with any of the other samples, but hey, let's give it a go. All right, let's crop that. All right, so I'm going to leave that there, and I'll do some bouncing in a minute. But let's go for something else, maybe just like individual chords. So maybe I might use the velocity in a minute, but let's just and for this, turn off the quantize. Because I want to get that kind of glissando effect. Okay. All right, it's probably enough there. So let's get the velocity device on that because it's very sensitive. MIDI effects, T. Let's just set the low threshold. Okay, that last loop is quite nice. So yeah, let's set that like this. So we're going to have it starting there, but it's going to loop round. Yep, there we go. Right, take the metronome off. Let's put quantize back on there, and I'll probably take the velocity off for that. Okay, cool. So let's just create a track, and let's just set the input as the Rhodes. There we go. And just for this loop, we'll take velocity off. I'd love to do a sample pack. I have actually been approached before, and it's just hard to commit the time to it, but I'd love to do it. It'd be great. All right, cool. Let's record this in as audio. Nice. I'll edit that in a minute, and let's go to the next one. And let's put the velocity plug on for that. Here we go. So let's just mute those. And let's just make sure they're in time. Okay, so there's a tiny bit of latency there. Let's make sure that's starting at the right point. Nice. Okay. So let's crop that. And then this one as well. So this is going to be a bit tricky to get in time. Hopefully it should be all right. So let's just, I'm not going to do the set a warp marker. Should take the warping off. Oh no, I need it on for. Play again. I can hear a little bit of crackling on there, but I think that's fine. It'll add to the crustiness of it, I'm sure. Cool. So let's crop that. There we go. And let's just add these into the chord section of our project. Nice one, Funky on you. Hey, David, how you doing? Glad you're enjoying it. Yeah, it's a bit of a nice to do something a bit different, definitely. Cool. So let's just name these. So Rhodes loop, and let's just drag that into chords, and then this one as well. This is Rhodes chords. Nice. Okay, let's go for melodies. Let's go for the JV maybe for this. See if we can find a nice sound here. This is my JV, real JV up here. Well, that's nice. Maybe not. Let's try something else. Just see if this is actually in time. Okay. Back over here. Just going to put in the first thing that comes to my mind. So okay, let's record that in as audio, just that one, and then we'll find a different sound as well. Just check it's coming in. Yeah. Oh, nice. Steve Reishi business there. Okay, ooh, quite a bit of latency on that one. So let's just make sure that's at the start. And because there's delay on this, I'll make this a 4-bar loop, so we kind of catch the tail. All right, nice. So let's crop that and find out where that is. It's there. So JV melody 1. And let's drag that into melodies. How am I doing for time? Okay, 31 minutes, not too bad. Let's just double check that's there. Yep. Okay, so let's find some different sounds. Go back over here. MKS 20 piano. Quite nice. It's going to go in the chord category, isn't it? Might help with metronome. Struggling there with a bit of latency, but it should be fine once you record it in. That sound great with some reverb on, wouldn't it? Tempting to start building a track. Let's record that in. Hey Tayo, sound design. Great to have you along. Right, let's loop that up. So yeah, very few soft synths at the moment. The only soft synth so far has just been that Rhodes. Everything else is hardware based. So I'm going to go on to the SH101 in a minute, and also the. Yeah, I don't think I've done any mini log either. That's exciting. Cool. So let's. Okay, I didn't like that start point it found. Let's put it there, and then just take that out. Should be more in time now. Come on, let's try a little bit of reverb just so we can get excited by what it might sound like. Okay, let's crop that. So again, that could be used as either a loop or maybe just sample those individual hits. Could be quite nice. So let's find it there, and let's just rename that. And let's drag that up into the chord category. I think I just, rather than okay. Right. where should we go now? I think we should go to, yeah, let's go to the mini log. I've actually used the mini log already, haven't I? But let's find something else. Maybe that was one of the first things I did. Okay, yeah, media files are missing. That's because I dragged it dragged it into the my sample pack. Never mind. Okay, so let's just find something different. Yeah, that's nice. That's a nice little loop. I'll definitely influence that with a bit of velocity. Velocity effect onto that. Okay, so I'll let that run for a bit longer than normal so I can just record some of the filter cutoff on that. That could be quite nice. Right, here we go. Went a bit radical there when I started putting the resonance up, but that doesn't matter. It can be chopped. Cool. So let's just do the same thing. Let's find the 1 point. There we go. All right, let's crop it, and that's going to sound really nice with echo, this kind of thing. But I'll let you play with that, or if anyone wants to have a go with that. So I'm going to drag that off. So what category are we going to call that? I'll call that melody, even though it's sort of arpeggio really, but let's call it melody. In fact, I'll call it arpeggio, but I'll put it in the melody category. Right, let's try to not lose this like we did last time. There we go. Okay, so let's get some effects. What are we missing? We've got bass lines so far. We haven't got many drum hits, and I haven't actually maybe actually let's just get a drum loop and just chop that up. Okay, so let's create a new track. That's where I start panicking a little bit. Okay, so let's go to house. What should we find? Maybe we should go to hey, let's go to phase action. I love their stuff. Let's find something that works. There we go. Already great. Cool, so let's just drag that in. Cool, so what I want to do with this is slice to new MIDI track, and we're going to use the transients. There we go. Just so we've got the sounds. So let's get rid of that now. And then that's going to be take the loop down. Let's just do a little bit of editing on here. Take the end point down. All right, so I'll do 2 out of this, and I'll also maybe sort of compress it a little bit and EQ it as well. Right, let's duplicate that. Let's just take that little blippy hi-hat over a bit. Okay, that's nice, and let's just duplicate that down, and we can add that there. Cool, let's just tune that up a bit. There we go. Right, let's get rid of that extra kick. I don't like that at all. And in the other patterns as well. Let's just keep it really simple. Right. And let's put a little bit of effects on this. I think maybe a little bit of reverb on that snare could be quite nice. Let's put send and return on that. Let's just keep it really simple and use just the standard Ableton reverb. Go over on that, make sure we've got the wet dry maximum, wet, and let's just see what is coming out. There we go, it's there. Let's just do a little bit of work on this. Let's take the low cut off. All right. And now let's just go straight and put the drum bus on it. Get the damp down, increase the transients. Take the snare down a bit. Maybe might be nice to put a little bit of reverb on those hats as well. Cool, and let's see if we can just do this really quickly where I'll just create another audio track and then freeze this. So that should freeze all of those. Whereas that's just doing that scene, isn't it? That's annoying. Is it? Guess it's done that. Ooh, nothing has worked. There we go. Great. So let's just mute those now. Nice. So let's just drag that over there. Cool. Let's crop that, and let's just do these ones as well. Great, so let's just find where those are. The bad mother loop. I probably will do a little bit of tidying up with naming after these, after I've done the session. There we go, let's just drag all those in there. For the moment, let's just save time. So drum loops. And they're in there. Great. Okay, we haven't got many drum hits, have we? Let's see if we can create some kind of drum hit with the SH101. Turn it up a little bit. It's actually a maximum. Where is it coming up here? Okay. So. Needs to stand on a chair, really. That was too loud. If I maybe just record in some of those and then just kind of just vary the cutoff and the resonance, and then we can just have a few of them. Right. Let's turn that down. Okay. Cool. So just to give you an example of what that's going to sound like, let's just take that off. Take the release down a bit. There we go. It's a bit more kind of snare sounding. Okay, so let's just record a whole bunch of those in. All right, that's quite nice. So what we could do there maybe is, yeah, that'd be nice if it was all split up, wouldn't it? So let's for the moment, we'll do that later because I want to save time. I've got 11 minutes left. Oh my God. All right, so I'm not going to loop that. I'm just going to literally keep that as raw audio, and then I'll edit it afterwards. So let's just find where that is. So let's just rename that. SH101 hits, and let's just go up here. Drum hits. Okay, so we've got some bass lines, we've got some chords, we've got some drum lips, we've got some drum hits, drum loops, effects. We haven't got many effects, have we? Let's record something in, again, maybe, oops, from the SH101. And again, well, actually, maybe let's go to Minilog for this. Let's go back over here. That's it. Call that in. Just record it into audio. Oops. Okay, let's crop it and find out where that is. See if we can find one more from the Minilog. There we go, pop that in effects. Let's go down to another scene and let's find something else. I think I've got a swoosh somewhere. Let's see if I can find it. Oh, that's nice as well, isn't it? Let's record a few of those in. Cool. Let's gonna definitely have to do a bit of housekeeping after this, but hey, never mind. Let's call that Minilog Effects 2. And drag it up. Okay. All right, so I'm going to do something. I want to create some kind of vocoder effect now. So if anyone is watching and wants to sort of shout out a lyric or a word, otherwise I will think of something myself. Anyone in the chat want to come up with a with a lyric or a word? All right, I'll just embarrass myself with something. So, okay. All right, let's take the inputs in there, okay, and just mute those. fresh. There we go. Fresh. Right, let's get the razor on this. Feels like a really great egg. Thanks, David. Okay. So let's get razor. Where are you? Oh, I've not got it installed. Oh, no, it's part of Reactor, isn't it? Of course. Okay. Except I need to bring it in as an effect, don't I? Come on, got 5 minutes. I don't need you to take loads of time loading. Come on. It's that spinning ball of death. All right. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to have to... Oh no, it's kept it in there. All right. But let's just do that now over here. Okay. All right, razor, that's what we want. No. All right, vocoder, here we go. Let's see what we can get. Got a feeling I need to take in an input into this. This is going to take too long, isn't it? Okay, I haven't got enough time for this. Unless I can find something that's going to make it a bit easier. Winging it here, definitely. It's TikTok, isn't it? All right, I'm going to get rid of this. Let's get rid of that, and let's find BitSpeak. Oh my God, 3 minutes. Here we go. TikTok, TikTok. Ah, that's weird, isn't it? It's going crazy now. The CPU's just turned off. Audio engine's off. Why is it turning the audio engine off? Maybe I'm going to just run out of time here. Oh dear, Streamlabs, come on. Come back in. Okay. Fresh, 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 fresh. Okay, fresh. There we go. Got it. So let's just do Create a new track. Let's freeze that. There we go. Drag it over there.
Fresh.
Brilliant. Cool. Let's take the loop off and up here, and let's just crop it, and we can find it. Whew.
Fresh.
And we're going to copy it over here, and we're going to put it into vocals. There we go. Fresh. And I've got 1 minute left. So what have I got? I've got melodies, effects. Yeah, there's a few things there. Drum loops, chords, bass lines. What else have I got? I haven't really got enough time to do anything else, have I? Maybe I can just record one more thing in this. There you go, a crash. And then everyone's got a crash to play with. Here we go. There we go. Crash. Put that in hits. And anything else we can do really quickly? Probably not. I think we've probably got enough things in here. It's Sunday. I'm not going to stress myself out. Okay. Let's just wait for it to say finished, shall we? And I'll have a little sip of water. There we go, finished. Oh, right, okay, fantastic. So let's mute those. I'm going to save this project, and I'm now going to just see where I've got this folder. It's sample pack, it's here. Nice one. Thanks everyone. So I've got my folder here. This is where I put it, and what I can do now is kind of go into here. I'm actually just going to quit Ableton now, and let's just get rid of all these files because we don't need these, the ASD files. There we go. Cool. Actually came up with quite a few things. And I'll just go through and normalize these. And I'm going to do these, I'll do that in Fission. Rogue Amoeba. Love it actually. Back in the day I used to use Peak. You probably can't hear that, can you? Let's just do the... There we go, that should work. So literally with this I can just go through and normalize them. And save. What Fission's great for is that you can actually bung in MP3s and you can top and tail them, you can normalize them, you can do whatever. So it's really handy for that. Nice. So let's just go through these, do these quickly now, and we can remind ourselves as well at the same time of what these things sounded like. All right, what's this one? Cool. And then this one. JV chord hits. Nice. And then this one, which is quite jazzy. All right, and we've got some drum hits. Not that many of those, I don't think, but we've got the SH101s. So I think I'd probably just leave them like that, and then, you know, you can kind of, or anyone can just split those up and use them how they want to. And then we've got this crash. pretty basic. Crash, just normalize that. Straight from a 505 though. And we've got a whole bunch of drum loops here. Let's just normalize those. Especially those initial 505 ones, I think they're really quiet. Alright, let's just quickly go through these. Yeah, that's really quiet, isn't it? My 505, the volume knob is completely broken on it, so which means that I can't adjust the volume on it. It's just maximum the whole time. There we go, and then these ones. Ooh, from the Nord modular. And then we've got this. Use those kicks in whichever way. Just take one of those. And then this as well. Let's just finish this off. Effects. Got a couple of mini log effects here. Three effects, just at octaves. So they're all at C. So hopefully they should fit in. And then we've got that, which looks like it's normalized already. But and then we've got the melodies. One I particularly remember I liked from the mini log. Yeah, that one. Oh, just quit Fission by mistake. Let's find that JV one. Could be quite, I can hear some sort of like hip hop vibe on that. Electro. And then finally, my amazing vocal, which says fresh. 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 Great. Okay, so there is the sample pack, and I'm going to add that to the Discord server. It won't be for the subs only. I'll just put it in just one of the channels, the Twitch channel, so everyone's got access to it. And yeah, just I would love it if anyone is up for making a track with these samples. I might even have a go next week, and then the week after, if we set 2 weeks for this, and then anyone who wants to submit a track, however short, it could just be a 30-second idea or a longer thing. We can arrange a little playback session. That'd be fantastic. So you can submit it via SoundCloud to the Discord server, or upload it so I can download it, whatever. We'll find a way to play it back. But yeah, let's have some fun. And yeah, maybe next week I'll have a go at kind of putting these together myself into some kind of track. I mean, I'd like to say the rule is only use these samples if possible. You know, there's a lot of stuff you can do with obviously with manipulation of the sounds. You know, you can make a much fatter kick drum out of whatever you want these days. So that'd be fantastic if everyone gets into that. So I was going to say, ideally, don't use any other sounds. So it's a bit like those challenges where you just have to make an entire track out of a sine wave. So you can kind of use effects, obviously, in whichever DAW that you use, or EQ, or you can chop things up with samples. But I think it'd be great to take a real kind of Matthew Herbert approach to this, where he'll just build all his sounds just from the kind of raw samples. So yeah, brilliant, everyone. Have an amazing rest of Sunday. I'm off now to get my second jab, my AstraZeneca. So hopefully I'm not going to be knocked out too much with that. But yeah, take it easy, everyone, and I'll catch you all very, very soon.